not a program, it's a framework, and there are tiers of support. So your first tier or level of support is, what do you do for every student, staff member, family member who walks into a school or in a community setting such as the community center? What do they want to do for every member that walks into their building? How do we shift our focus from looking only when youth are having a problem, but actually recognizing youth when they're doing the right thing? One of the things we did is at the big back to school event last August, we set up a table and we had jars out, and everyone was given 6 pennies, and they could put their pennies into the jar that they thought. The overall expected behavior, top 3 were the safe, respectful, responsible.
Be respectful, be responsible, and be safe.
Be respectful, be responsible, and be safe. Be safe, bro.
And the Be Safe Project, what they did is took people from the community, people who used to be teenagers and hung out and did all kind of stuff maybe, but now got their life together. They trained them to be the people who stood outside the school, who watched the kids and walked back and forth when school got out to make sure the kids got home safely, and who stayed on the outdoor plaza to make sure that there were no fights. So we had the Be Safe, and we also had the teachers and principals, and you had the police, just mingling, being friendly.
Anytime that Rainier Beach is mentioned anywhere in Seattle, it's basically that we're a ghetto neighborhood. And what most people don't understand is we're not. There's a lot of things that we have in this neighborhood that are extremely strong resources for us to do great things.
I help plan and implement different activities around the corner greeters. Basically, we go to different areas, focus areas around Rainier Beach, and we spread community positivity, and we help reduce crime by giving the community positive things to do, like activities, information, healthy food, and a place for you to have like a constructive outlet and a constructive job training.
If you're a kid in South Seattle, you don't have a place to go, you don't have your grandma's house because your grandma's house was resold, or your parents don't have a home, how are you gonna get your food? Are you gonna start working? But you might not be old enough to work, because I remember before I was the age, I wasn't old enough to work. No, you're gonna start either stealing, or you're gonna start, committing crimes or whatever, just to make your living. And I feel like a lot of people see that and they're like, oh, we need to send these kids to jail. But I don't think that it shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't have to send kids to jail and juvie. There just needs to be a lot of more education and ways that, or places for kids my age to go to.
I work through RBAC for the corner greeters. And in the corner greeters, we go to all the hot spots, Rainier Henderson, Rose Street, Safeway, Lake Washington Apartments, the Light Road Station.
I like that. They're like from our neighborhood, and that they're not just some random people coming up to you. And then they all have like wisdom and stuff. Like a couple times I got in some beef and stuff, and they tried to resolve it.
Something that really helps bring youth in is incentive, giving them a reason to want to do better for themselves. You could rap to a kid all day about how you need to start living your life right because you might get killed, or you've seen people who've already been living like this and they got killed. That can only do so much, We're not using the money to bring the kids in, but the money is one of the perks you get, when you're a part of our organization. Not only that, but mind empowerment, it's helping the way you think.
We spent a long time talking to various community members, the business members, the students, the families, to say what could be some of those shared expectations. And so shifting some of that focus so that the officers, the library, Parks and Rec, were really shifting the way that we look at youth, and know that if the adults are out there being the role models of what they want to see from the youth, and recognizing youth when they're showing those expectations and traits, that if we can positively recognize that, we can actually grow that. But if you think about a kid, especially a kid who maybe is impacted by trauma, and now everywhere they walk into, they actually know what's expected of them in that area. They really know what those expectations are going to be. and they've got the signage and the language up that helps them to navigate that area.
Being a part of the community center and understanding that we're here for the kids and to help them kind of guide them in the direction they want to go. Like, we love the fact that they can come in here and use our facilities to get away from whatever else is going on in their life or what's going on in the streets. That's something we take pride in.
The advice that I would give the adults for the children that are growing up in this community is to be active and engaged with their children, engage with what is going on within the community, and to give the young people a voice, give them an opportunity to speak about what's going on in their lives and what's going on in their world.
You can't change the student without actually investing time and actually investing some type of making them feel like you care about them. Because if they don't feel like you care about them, they feel like they're being negatively impacted.
The violence went from having several fights a week to having basically 0 fights.
And we are on the rise to see a change within this community. And I believe that if we all come together, work together collectively, that we can see things happen, we can see things change, and we can see some awesome and powerful young adults come out of the Rainier Beach community area.
It's a great thing, helping our youth, helping me as a person, helping me get active in my community, because I could be out here doing a lot of other stuff, even though I still got some work to do with myself, I'm still trying to help other people get better myself as I make other people better.
It'd be harder for them to tear us apart. It will only get better. Don't let them break us down.